Lila, after confronting her own inner demons, has assembled a ragtag team of former Loveboat users: Ava, whose quiet nature hides a well of strength, and Marcus, who transforms from a wallflower into a defiant leader. Together, they enter the shadowy underworld of the city, preparing to dismantle the Loveboat enterprise. Scene 7, The Choice. Scene 9, The Ultimate Sacrifice. Though shackled by fear, Lila steps forward, drawing a metaphorical line in the sand. Show us what this really is. As the supplier responds, the truth unfurls, a litany of anguish wrapped in the sweet guise of love. He shows them rooms filled with people lost in the haze of love, unable to move, unable to speak, their eyes vacant and distant. Are you proud of the lives you've destroyed? Lila challenges him, her voice echoing with quiet fury. The supplier's face, a mask of cruel amusement, crumbles slightly. Don't be naive, child. They chose this, just as you did. But it was their decision. Their decision born from weakness, fueled by a bottomless pit of longing and despair that he exploited. The demons that haunt Lila and her friends rise to the surface, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. We chose to run, to hide, to deny the pain. The supplier leans back, his eyes glittering with unsettling amusement. Exactly, so you understand the allure. The necessity of love in a world that beats you down. This isn't love, Ava weeps, her voice breaking. It's manipulation. In that moment, Lila echoes her thoughts. To truly break free, we must sever our chains. The supplier throws his head back and laughs, a sound that chills the very core of their beings. Oh, children, playing heroes, how adorable! But love is forever. Loveboat is already coursing through your veins. Your desires are more tangled in my web than you think. In a world steeped in torment, rebirth comes not without sacrifice. They have traded their past selves for a chance at redemption, but the road ahead is fraught with peril. Scene 10, The Revelation. Gathering their courage, Lila and her friends refuse to back down. They demand the supplier reveal the true nature of Loveboat, how he infused his malevolence into an illusion of unity. How many innocents have you corrupted? Marcus demands, his voice shaking with suppressed rage. The supplier sighs dramatically, savoring their outrage. My dear Marcus, you wound me. These people found solace in love. Is it my fault their hearts were open to healing? But beneath his words, a flicker of fear betrays him. The truth tumbles out like stones, heavy and unyielding. Dreams subverted, friendships pruned, all who sought solace in the Loveboat became pawns in his game, their minds subtly manipulated, their spirits bound to his will. With each revelation, Lila feels a surge of determination. But she remembers the laughter, the camaraderie they once shared before the insidious creep of love. We can't let you continue this, Lila shouts, energy surging through her. We will take back our lives. But the supplier's smile widens, revealing a triumphal gleam in his eyes. Love knows no bounds, little bird. And with every breath, it weaves its magic. Hope flickers in their midst, but it's quickly overshadowed by the grim reality of their situation. Scene 11. The final showdown. The warehouse that seemed so lifeless now vibrates with a chaotic energy. As Lila and her friends prepare to face off against the supplier and his legion of addicted souls, they recognize the extent of their adversary's influence. Outside, the sounds of sirens pierce the night, a haunting counterpoint to the drama unfolding within. Inside, faces contorted in pain and longing stand like silent sentinels, each bearing the scars of love's deception. The air crackles like electricity as each character grapples with their internal struggles. While rallying around their shared goal, they form a circle, their hands clasped, binding their power in a pact of solidarity. When Leela looks up, she sees not just her friends, but a kaleidoscope of emotions reflected in their eyes. Fear, determination, love, and loss. Together, Noah shouts, rallying them to push through the darkness that threatens to engulf them. As the drug of love warps their reality, they recognize the power of their shared humanity, raw, unfiltered, and deeply flawed. This night, where shadows and light dance, decides their fates. Scene 12. Redemption and Pain. A chaotic battle erupts. The ghosts of lost souls, those gripped by love boat, swirl in a cacophony of anguish. The supplier attempts to summon his spirit demons, creatures of immense power that thrive on despair. But Lila, drawing from the power of her friendships and the pain of their collective experiences, unleashes the antidote she has conceptually crafted. She flings it toward the supplier, who recoils in surprise. The antidote, taking shape, hits its mark. As the love flows, they unleash the haunting cries of their sorrow and hope, a siren's call reaching beyond the veil. The spirit demons wail but dissolve, their hold on each soul loosened, leaving grief and healing in their wake. The room falls silent as the last demon fades away, their forms illuminated by the soft glow of dawn. Each release resonates as a cathartic scream, raw and filled with power. The supplier stands amidst the wreckage of his empire, his eyes blazing with disbelief. But their struggle is far from over. Though the immediate danger has passed, the battle for hearts and minds has just begun. As the sun begins its ascent, casting long shadows across the floor, Lila and her friends emerge from the warehouse, battered but unbroken. Their clothes are torn, their faces smudged with dirt and exhaustion, but their eyes shine with newfound resolve. Scene 13. The aftermath in the early hours of dawn. The warehouse stands silent, a graveyard of lost souls and reclaimed spirits. The remains of love's subversion litter the ground like wilted flowers. Exhausted yet resolute, Leela and her friends walk toward a future laced with hope and struggle. The city looms before them, the neon lights flickering like stars, daring them to dream anew. They have tasted the bitter fruit of addiction and clawed their way back from the brink. Now, in the aftermath of their battle, can they forge a new narrative? Can love be more than a drug? Can they rewrite this story? Scene 14. The journey ahead as the sun paints the sky in hues of rose and gold. Leela and her friends gather at a park, the remnants of their ordeal still fresh in their minds. They sit in silence, each lost in the labyrinth of their thoughts, grappling with the trauma of their experience and the uncertainties of their future. The weight of their journey, both physical and emotional, settles upon them. But it is in this quiet communion that their resilience begins to solidify. After a while, Noah breaks the silence, his voice raspy but resolute. "We made it," he says, more to himself than to the others. Ava nods slowly, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. Love is the ultimate truth, and we can build something real, something lasting. Marcus, once a withdrawn observer, ventures forward with a determined gaze. "We can become advocates," he says, confronting the dark allure of addiction head-on so others might avoid our fate. His voice, though still shaky, rings with newfound strength. A final reflection. As dawn breaks over the battered skyline, Leela stands with her friends on a rooftop, a renewed conviction unfurling around them. The city, once darkened by despair, now blossoms with the colors of a new day where every choice signifies growth and healing. As they take the first step into their new reality, remember this: love can heal or destroy. What you choose defines your journey. Whether you board the love boat or fight its demons, may you sail toward the light, ever aware of the shadows behind. The choice is yours, always. A call to action. Months later, Lila steps onto a bustling street where laughter and chatter fill the air once more. Framed by vibrant street art that tells their story, a narrative of resilience and hope. Inspired, she sets up a community outreach program that spreads awareness about the dangers of addiction disguised as love. In the tapestry of life, threads of darkness may weave alongside those of light. But as these survivors share their journey, changing lives one heart at a time, they build bridges over treacherous waters, creating new pathways where hope shines brightly. And as they walk this new path together, their laughter intertwines with the heartbeat of the city, sparking change, igniting voices, still drowned in shadows, and lighting a beacon of hope for others lost in the darkest corners of addiction. Love is a choice, whether it's the euphoric lull of the love boat or the hard but freeing hand of recovery. May you choose light over darkness, for in that choice lies the true essence of living.